Continuing with the subject of transitioning, that is the stopping of one project and moving on to something new. And I talked a little bit about how the starting part of that is really difficult, and to kind of combat that, grab a hold of routine, grab a hold of that structure that you know is going to bear fruit, it's going to be successful. But then what you're going to find out is that a lot of times you start strong and then you fizzle out. A lot of times individuals that have ADHD really struggle with this word, and that is consistency. Doing something over and over and over and over again. We can start strong, but a lot of times something happens where we fizzle out. Maybe that's part of that neurological challenge that we have. But those that work with individuals that have ADHD, those that are married, especially those who are married, recognize that we've got a lot of things started, but nothing ever gets finished because we lack consistency. And to have consistency, I believe, you need to have momentum. And momentum comes from success. Momentum comes from little achievements added up. It's a lot like a Lego wall. You build that Lego wall, you start out with a foundation, and every time you add a brick, you're building a stronger and stronger wall. When you have that momentum, through consistency, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's a lot like, think about somebody who's on stage, a professional singer, a dancer, an athlete. They don't just automatically become really good. It's because they've practiced. Maybe they've got some natural born ability, but it's all wrapped up in potential. But to see that potential come to fruition, they got to practice over and over and over and over again. That's consistency. If you've just made a transition, you've embraced your routine, to build that momentum, I believe you've got to set yourself up for success. Do something that you know you can do well. Do something that you know you're going to do at a high level, so that when you complete it, you can look back and say, okay, we're moving in the right direction, and do that for a while. For example, I just stopped doing my Lego drive. We just handed out $20,000 worth of Lego, did tons of networking, fundraising. It was a huge success, and all my time was spent with Lego, networking, fundraising, and I haven't painted for like 2 months, and I'm trying to make that transition. And one of the things that I want to do is get really good at drawing people. My kryptonite, I struggle with it. I don't know, maybe it's the ears and the nose and getting them in the proper place, but I've got to make this transition from the Lego drive to the art. And so I just stopped at Home Depot. I got myself some panels. I'm going to do something that I know I can do well. I'm going to do some flow art and some resin art. I've got my little Bob Ross shirt on there. I'm going to maybe draw some happy little trees because I'm good at landscapes. And I'm going to let that build up a little bit, so that in a couple of weeks, when I want to dive in and challenge myself to do that figure drawing, I'll say, okay, I'm warmed up. I've got some momentum. I got the ball rolling. So for you, find some things that you're going to do at a high level and do them consistently for a while to build some momentum, so that this is a successful transition and you can continue to keep moving forward. All right, we'll talk to you in the next video. Okay, I gotta go work. I'm gonna go paint. Go Bob Ross. Happy trees. Don't forget the squirrels.